Hey there, fellow thrill seekers, and welcome back to Dark Dimensions, the show where we delve into the eerie and the unknown. I'm Scott, your guide to the strange, the spooky, and the downright unsettling. Each episode, we venture into places that most people wouldn't dare to go. Ryan couldn't be here today, something about a demon flea circus following him back from our last investigation, but I'm sure he's having a delightful time. We wish him the best of luck with that peculiar predicament. Today, we're diving headfirst into the land of sunshine, shrimp on the barbie, and apparently a whole lot of ghosts. Yes, we're talking about Australia, a country known for its stunning landscapes and deadly wildlife. That's right, we're headed to Australia, a place where the wildlife can kill you. The deserts are endless, and the paranormal activity is off the charts. From the bustling cities to the remote outback, Australia is teeming with ghost stories and haunted locations. We're talking about abandoned asylums, creepy cemeteries, and ghost towns with more spirits than living residents. These places have a history that is as dark as it is fascinating, and we're here to uncover their secrets. So buckle up, grab your shrimp forks, and get ready for a wild ride as we explore Australia's most haunted towns. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's something in these stories that will send chills down your spine. This is going to be good. Stay tuned as we uncover the mysteries and the macabre that lie hidden in the land down under. You won't want to miss a single moment of this spine-tingling adventure. Our first stop takes us to the charming town of Picton, just a stone's throw from Sydney. You know, I always thought Australia was all sunshine and beaches, but this place has an eerie history that's colder than a penguin's backside. Picton is known for its historic buildings, many dating back to the early 19th century, and let me tell you, those old walls have seen some things. We're talking ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and a general feeling of unease that would make a horror movie director proud. Some say the spirits here are restless souls from the town's convict past, while others blame it on tragic accidents and unsolved mysteries. Whatever the reason, Picton is a hotbed of paranormal activity, and we're here to investigate. One of the most haunted spots in Picton is the Redbank Range Railway Tunnel. This place is crawling with spooky stories and local legends, enough to make your hair stand on end. They say the tunnel is haunted by the ghost of Emily Bollard, a young woman who was tragically killed in a train accident back in 1915. Locals claim to have seen her ghostly figure wandering the tunnel, her white dress flowing in the breeze that isn't there. Now, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts either. All I know is, there's something creepy about this tunnel. Maybe it's the darkness, maybe it's the history, or maybe, just maybe, it's Emily still searching for peace. To get a better understanding of the hauntings in Picton, we spoke to local historian Margaret Campbell. She spent years researching the town's history, and she's heard all the ghost stories. Margaret? Oh, Picton has so many stories. The Redbank Range Tunnel, that's a sad one. Poor Emily. They say she still walks there, searching for her lost love. Margaret told us about countless encounters with the paranormal in Picton, from ghostly figures in windows to unexplained noises in the dead of night. It seems everyone in this town has a ghost story. As the sun sets on Picton, casting long shadows across the historic buildings, you can't help but feel a sense of mystery in the air. The stories we heard, the people we met, it all points to one thing. Picton is a town where the past and present collide, where the veil between the living and the dead seems to thin. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the eerie charm of this historic town. Picton is a place where history comes alive, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. From the eerie charm of Picton, we journey south to Tasmania, an island state off Australia's southern coast. Here, nestled amongst rugged cliffs and pristine waters, lies Port Arthur, a place with a history as dark as the deepest ocean trench. Founded in 1830, Port Arthur served as a penal colony for British convicts, a place of harsh punishments and unimaginable cruelty. Over 12,000 convicts passed through these gates, enduring back-breaking labor, isolation, and despair. It's no wonder that Port Arthur is considered one of the most haunted places in Australia, if not the world. The pain and suffering of the past linger here like a thick fog, a constant reminder of the horrors that unfolded within these walls. Today, Port Arthur stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its crumbling buildings and chilling stories attracting visitors from around the globe. But beneath the surface of this popular tourist destination lies a palpable sense of unease. Visitors and staff alike have reported countless paranormal encounters, from disembodied voices echoing through the empty cells to shadowy figures lurking in the corners of your vision. Some say the spirits here are the tormented souls of convicts, forever bound to the site of their suffering. Others believe it's the residual energy of the past, imprinted on the very fabric of the buildings. Whatever the explanation, there's no denying the spine-chilling atmosphere that permeates every inch of Port Arthur. We were fortunate enough, or maybe unfortunate depending on how you look at it, to capture some of the strange occurrences at Port Arthur on camera. During our investigation, our cameras picked up what appears to be a shadowy figure moving across the end of a hallway. Now, I'm not saying that's definitely a ghost, but it's definitely something. Judge for yourselves. As we stand here amongst the ruins of Port Arthur, the weight of history pressing down on us, it's impossible not to feel a sense of profound sadness. The stories of the convicts, their suffering, their despair, it all seems to seep out of the very stones. Port Arthur is a place frozen in time, a stark reminder of the darkness that humanity is capable of. But it's also a place of resilience, a testament to the enduring human spirit. The ghosts of Port Arthur may never find peace, but their stories serve as a warning from the past, a reminder to never forget the cost of our actions. Alright, buckle up buttercups, because this next stop is about as creepy as a clown holding a power drill at a kid's birthday party. We're diving headfirst into the spine-chilling history of one of Australia's most infamous asylums. If you thought haunted houses were scary, wait until you hear about this place. We're talking about Ararat, Victoria, home to the Arradale Lunatic Asylum. This isn't just any old abandoned building, it's a sprawling complex that once housed thousands of the most troubled souls. Imagine walking through those gates, knowing the history that lies within. And trust me, the name doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the spooky shenanigans that went down within these walls. The very air seems to whisper tales of torment and despair. Each creaky floorboard and peeling wallpaper tells a story of its own. This place was like the Grand Central Station of Crazy, housing over 13,000 patients in its 130 years of operation. That's a staggering number of lives, each with their own tragic story. The walls have seen it all, from the cries of the tormented to the eerie silence of the forgotten. That's a whole lot of troubled minds, and let me tell you, some of them haven't quite checked out yet. The energy in this place is palpable, almost as if the very essence of the patients lingers on, refusing to leave. It's no wonder people report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease when they visit. We're talking shadow figures lurking in the halls, dark shapes that seem to move just out of the corner of your eye. It's as if the shadows themselves are alive, watching and waiting. Disembodied voices echoing through the empty rooms, whispers that send chills down your spine. Imagine hearing a voice call your name when you know you're alone. It's enough to make even the bravest soul shiver. And even reports of full-body apparitions of former patients still wandering the grounds. These aren't just fleeting glimpses. Some have seen detailed, clear figures that seem almost as real as you and me. It's like the past refuses to stay buried. So grab your EMF readers and your skepticism, because things are about to get weird. Paranormal investigators flock to this site, hoping to capture evidence of the otherworldly. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the strange occurrences that have been documented here. Just try to keep the screaming to a minimum, okay? I'm fresh out of earplugs. But seriously, brace yourselves for an experience that will haunt your dreams. The Aradale Lunatic Asylum is not for the faint of heart. So, imagine this. You're walking down a hallway, the air thick with the scent of disinfectant and despair. The only light flickering from a single bulb hanging precariously from the ceiling. And then you hear it. A soft whisper coming from the room at the end of the hall. It's faint but unmistakable. You inch closer, your heart pounding in your chest, and peer through the small barred window. But there's nothing there. The room is empty, just like every other room in this godforsaken place. Except the whispering doesn't stop. It seems to be coming from the walls themselves, swirling around you like a cold, ghostly wind. Yeah, this place is basically a horror movie waiting to happen. Now, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but I'm also not saying I don't believe in ghosts. It's one of those things where you have to experience it to truly understand it. You know, those moments that make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. You know what I mean? It's like you hear these stories, and part of you wants to dismiss them as just tales or figments of imagination. But then, there's another part of you that can't help but wonder, what if? But the stories we heard from paranormal investigators at Aradale, they were something else entirely. These aren't just random people off the street. These are seasoned professionals who have dedicated their lives to exploring the unknown. Let's just say they made the hair on the back of my neck stand straight up. Imagine hearing about encounters that defy all logic and reason, things that science can't easily explain. These are people who spend their lives chasing shadows, communicating with the other side. They use all sorts of equipment, from EVP recorders to thermal cameras, trying to capture evidence of the paranormal. And they told us about some truly chilling experiences they've had at Aradale. Stories of ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and objects moving on their own. It's the kind of stuff that would make even the most skeptical person pause. EVP recordings of voices pleading for help, unexplained temperature drops, and sudden cold spots that seem to come out of nowhere. These aren't just random occurrences. They happen repeatedly, almost as if something is trying to make contact, and even physical contact from unseen forces. Imagine feeling a cold hand on your shoulder when there's no one else in the room. It's enough to send shivers down your spine. One investigator even told us about a time when he felt a cold hand grip his arm, a sensation so real that he was convinced someone was there. But when he turned around, there was nothing but empty air, turning to see nothing but the empty air beside him. It's moments like these that make you question the boundaries between the living and the dead. Look, I don't know about you, but that's enough to make me want to sleep with the lights on for a week. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't see or explain. Look, I'm not going to pretend that Aradale is just some harmless haunted house. This place has a dark and troubled past, filled with stories of suffering, neglect, and even abuse. We're talking about a time when mental illness was poorly understood, and the treatments were often more barbaric than the ailments themselves. It's no wonder that so many people believe that the spirits of those who lived and died within these walls are still trapped here, unable to find peace. Maybe they're looking for answers, or maybe they're just looking for someone to hear their stories. Whatever the reason, it's clear that Aradale is more than just a collection of old buildings. It's a monument to a dark chapter in human history, and a chilling reminder that some wounds never truly heal. Alright, buckle up Ghoul Squad, because we're heading to Kapunda, South Australia. This place is like the Outback's answer to a Stephen King novel. See, back in 1870, this sleepy town was rocked by a mining disaster so horrific, it's still echoing through the shafts of time. We're talking about the Kapunda mine tragedy, a flooded shaft, 34 miners trapped, and a rescue attempt that ended in utter despair. It's the kind of tragedy that stains a town, leaves a mark, and maybe, just maybe, whispers through the wind with the tormented souls left behind. Now, locals will tell you that the mine isn't done with us yet. Nope, not by a long shot. There are stories of disembodied voices echoing through the abandoned shafts, whispers carried on the wind that sound suspiciously like miners calling for help. And then there's the shadowy figure some say they've seen lurking near the entrance, a spectre cloaked in darkness, forever condemned to wander the site of his demise. Could this be one of the trapped miners, his soul unable to find peace? Or is it just the wind playing tricks on our overactive imaginations? I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm not saying I don't either. But the mine isn't the only place in Kapunda with a story to tell. Oh no, this town's got ghosts on tap, literally. Let's mosey on over to the North Kapunda Hotel, a watering hole with a history as strong as its spirits. They say a former publican, a woman named Sarah, liked her job a little too much. See, Sarah passed away in the hotel, and some say she liked it so much, she decided to stay, permanently. And why not? Free room and board, endless ghost stories to swap with the patrons. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. But Sarah's not just pulling pints from beyond the veil. Oh no, she's got a more hands-on approach, literally. Guests have reported objects moving on their own, lights flickering, and the feeling of an unseen presence brushing past them in the hallways. Some even claim to have felt Sarah's touch, a cold whisper against their skin. Is it a lingering chill, or is Sarah just making sure the guests are enjoying their stay? Whatever the case, one thing's for sure, the North Kapunda Hotel is one place where you might just be sharing a beer with a ghost. Alright, ghost hunters, we're trading the dusty outback for something a little spookier, a little more urban. We're talking about Toowong Cemetery in Queensland, a sprawling city of the silent nestled right in the heart of Brisbane. Now this isn't just any graveyard. This is a who's who of Queensland's dearly departed, a tapestry of lives lived and lost, all resting beneath the watchful gaze of ancient fig trees. And where there's history, there's bound to be a few restless souls hanging around, right? Toowong Cemetery is a hotbed of paranormal activity, a veritable buffet for ghost hunters. But there's one story that chills the bones more than any other, a tale whispered in hushed tones around flickering campfires. The legend of the Lady in White. She's been spotted drifting through the headstones, a spectral figure shrouded in a white gown, her face forever veiled from view. Some say she's the ghost of a grieving widow, forever searching for her lost love. Others claim she's a benevolent spirit, watching over the cemetery and its eternal residents. But the Lady in White isn't the only resident with a bone to pick, or should I say, a tear to shed. They say the sound of mournful cries can be heard echoing through the cemetery at night, a chilling symphony of sorrow that sends shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. This is the Weeping Woman, a phantom whose grief is as palpable as the cold air that clings to the headstones. Her story is a mystery, lost to the mists of time, but her sorrow lingers, a haunting reminder of the pain that can echo through eternity. Toowong Cemetery is more than just a graveyard. It's a living, breathing testament to the past, a place where the veil between our world and the next seems to thin with every echoing footstep. So, if you ever find yourself wandering through its hallowed grounds, listen closely. You might just hear the whispers of the departed, sharing their stories, their sorrows, and their secrets with those brave enough to listen. Well, There you have it, folks. Another spooky adventure in the books. From haunted mines to ghostly hotels, we've journeyed through some of Australia's most haunted hotspots. And let me tell you, this country's got some serious ghost appeal. But remember, whether you believe in the paranormal or you're just in for a good scare, always be respectful. These are places with history, with stories, and sometimes, just sometimes, those stories come with a side of goosebumps.